Hi Leo, I owe you a reading. I am sorry about my mix up and mess up earlier. This is your Harsh Truth reading for December 30th through January 13th. Everything you need to know about this reading is, as always, in the description box below. And if you're watching this, it means you're giving it another shot. I thank you for that. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. All right, onward. Okay. Six of Swords. All right, so this could be moving on. It could be two things. It could be, this is a transition. For some of you, it could be travel or moving out of the sort of connected or marital home. But so it could be two things. It could be moving on from a relationship, painfully so, but trying to keep the emotions out of it. Or it could be wanting to move past a difficult time with your partner to a more healthier place. So it could be, it's about transition. So it could be one of those. We're going to see. Page of Wands, Judgment, Eight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the Moon, and Lovers. Wow. Okay. I like that. All right. So what is going on here? I'm going to have to clarify because look, we go from the Eight of Cups to the Lovers. That doesn't seem right. All right. So, okay, so we've got a new interest here, these are kind of like aces sometimes, right? But we've got a new interest here, a new pursuit, a new quest, maybe this is flirting. Someone's kind of caught your interest and you're starting to talk to somebody. Could be related to business. Could be learning a new trade. And we've got a decision. And this, a lot of times, could be, sometimes it's working out in your favor. Sometimes it's past issues coming home to roost and need to be dealt with. Like, all right, we got to stop doing this. We either need to put this to an end and move forward, or we need to end it because we can't keep recycling the past. So there's that. And then we've got someone leaving, a painful decision to leave. So we've got two cards about walking away. All right. This is, the treasure chest, basically the feeling content with the way things have turned out in a relationship, solid and secure and stable. And we've got, this could be Pisces or Cancer. This could be Gemini. We've got the Moon over here, which is things are really unclear and it's confusing and there's a lot of anxiety about the future, or just like, I just don't know what the future is going to hold, or where do we go from here, that sort of thing. And yet we've got the Lovers. So this is, maybe this is you taking some time, or someone in the relationship taking some time before you get back together. Or it could be two separate scenarios. All right, let's get into it. So this Page of Wands, what's this Page of Wands about? Because this is kind of some confusing business right here, because we've got this. Okay, this is Page of Wands. Okay, so is this over the kids? Is this deciding what to do fairly and just being just about the kids? Wanting to do the right thing, being generous, wanting that balance, that give and take, that reciprocity. So are you beginning with someone? Is that what this is? You're beginning, or we got kids here? All right. This just fell out, so you're waiting for somebody to make a decision. That fell in my lap. Somebody is waiting for somebody to make a decision. Somebody's made an offer. Or there's some choices on the table. And somebody's waiting to hear back about that. And it looks like it's a fair and just offer. So if you're not the one that has made the offer, it looks like somebody's trying to do the right thing here. They're putting it out there. They're like, hey, listen, what do you think about this? Or it was carefully considered, is what I'm trying to say. Because this is about It could be about study and learning something, being thorough as far as learning or investigating, or before you do something, it's a very careful, methodical approach. So this is somebody that wants to do the right thing, that has probably just reached out, or now that they have reached out, it's like in the beginning stages of discussion. So that's what you want to be true. This is what you want to be true. An offer on the table, maybe a decision, having to make a decision, hoping that somebody's going to be fair, that you're going to start talking again, and let's just move forward with this. Let's get to the bottom of this. And this is, so is this, if it's not about custody and the kids, is this about somebody, about the relationship, like hoping that this is going to be somebody that is capable of the give and take in a relationship? That it might be slow moving, but you'd rather that so that it can be give and take. There's going to be quite a few scenarios here just because, this is general. So it could be this, could be maybe that, all that. Is this, okay. Okay, so something about a decision about a marriage. Basically, we got the two marriage cards here. This is conventional, though. This is also kind of restrictive. So, a decision about a marriage and partnership and communal, basically being happy and joined and connected. And then we got either marriage here or being restricted. Okay, I'm coming back to it. You want to happen. You want the stability. But this feels separate to me. Why? Ooh, okay. All right, we got Capricorn here. We got Taurus here. Or not. I mean, it doesn't have to be those people. We got stability and longevity. You want that. And yet there's walking away because it's toxic. So it's almost like you want to be able to stay put and the other person leave. It kind of feels like, let's just recycle the same thing we're doing because I don't want to make any decisions about this relationship. Yeah, it might be unhealthy, but I like my station in life. So is it that there's a willingness to put up with the toxicity or the unhealthiness? This could be materialism and greed also. And is somebody wanting to walk away because of that? So it's like, yeah, this is great. I mean, we're stable and we're, materially or financially, we're straight, but it's at what cost? You know what I mean? Because this is almost like it's keeping you connected to that. But in the end, it looks like somebody's going to decide it's not worth it and walk away. It's going to be rough that we got walking away here too. So it's going to be hard to do that because when you're comfortable, who wants to leave when you're comfortable, But there might be addiction. There might just be, this just could be just basically greed, and the only thing that this is an unhealthy attachment to the money or some kind of being financially or materially comfortable, but that in the end it might not be enough and someone's going to walk away. For some of you, it could be that, okay, literally waving like, bye, I'm going to stay here where it's nice and comfy, and the other person walks away and you're like, okay, I'd rather this, or somebody would rather this than the relationship. It could be somebody decides to leave the relationship because it's just not healthy. It's based only on how things appear and the financial success or what we have, materially or physically. But there could be a decision to leave because of that. What's this moon about? You don't want things up in the air. I don't blame you. What's this moon about? Okay. Okay, so this could be an epiphany, realizing, okay, so right here, we got confusion, lacking clarity, things are still really up in the air. It's like something's not right, you just don't know what it is, and you don't know how to fix it, right? And this is on a grand scale, okay? So we're talking about just like a profound, like, state of constant unease whenever thinking about this situation. You don't want that. Don't blame you. This is either an epiphany, like a realization, or a collapse of something, and then left feeling kind of like, well, now what? Meh. You know what I mean? So this is either, regarding this confusion, this is either somebody's had an epiphany and yet now they're like, well, now what do I do? I can't not know what I know. I don't really want this anymore, but it is kind of cool. I don't want to have to leave. You don't want that confusion. You don't want, it's almost like you don't want the confusion, but you don't want the epiphany either. Maybe this is about a breakdown, things breaking down, and then not being happy with the relationship because now kind of some of the material possessions are gone or some of the worth is gone. And you're like, well, I don't know. That's kind of, it's not enough now, because this is apathy and boredom with luxury. So maybe this is you not knowing what you want, or it's that you don't want it to be where things are confusing and it keeps you connected because you don't know what you want. It's almost like this is also asking, is this as good as it's going to get? Like, so this is about, you don't want to feel that way. You would rather feel stable, solid, and secure and keep the attachment, but no, because we've got you walking away. Somebody's walking away here. Someone's wanting to leave. All right. So we've got someone walking away. Confusion. We got confusion here again. Someone's walking away. Their choices have opened up, but someone's walking away in order, out of self-preservation. And now they're kind of like, oh my God, I don't want to know what to do now. So basically what you didn't want to happen is happening right here, because we've got someone walking away. And I mean, but this is the truth of it. Someone is walking away out of self-preservation, and now their future's opened up. Okay, there's a lot of choice, a lot more options, but this is also a very probably confusing or overwhelming time for them. So whoever this person is walking away, they're kind of like, it's almost like they regress a little bit. We got the 8, we got the 7. So they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to hunker down and either, well, walk away. But now what? I got to do this. I got to do that. What about this? What are we going to do? That sort of thing. All right. So let's see what this Lovers is about. What the heck's going on there? Ooh. Wow. All right. So we got the Page of Wands here. We got forward movement, being on the same page with the Lovers. All right. So is this working out? Is this forward movement? Is this someone leaving because they have to leave right now? They need some time away, but eventually you come back together and it's about working things out? Because here we've got someone making a painful decision to walk away out of self-preservation, and now they're really confused, turning into a committed connection, a choice, coming back, and you two being on the same page and starting a new passionate interest together, or at least reintroducing passion, or something joins you back together, some kind of passionate interest, or is it just the passion that joins you back together? Okay, so we go from you here, let's 13 minutes in, we're going to tie it all together. All right, so we got you wanting it to be this. Okay, so basically you want it to be this. You want it to be a fair and just offer, a renewed interest, and to take things slow and do things right. Let's stay focused. Let's be balanced. That sort of thing. You don't want to make a decision about the marriage. You don't want to have to go there. You also don't want to bring the past forward into what you're trying to create or what you would like to have with this person. There's a decision to be made, or there's at least, it feels like somebody's kind of put something out there and like, hey, let's try this, or what do you think of this? And someone's kind of like, I think I need to just get away for a while. I think I need to go have some time because I'm confused. I need to leave out of self-preservation. I'm confused. I need to think. And you're like, okay. And I know this is random, but it's almost like, okay, bye, like the waving, and someone again leaves, or there's this separation that happens because it's like, all right, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to keep doing what I always doing. I'd rather this, if you're not comfortable in the relationship or whatnot, then you go ahead and leave and figure out what you need to do, but I'm going to stay here. I don't think that I don't want to, I'm not the one that's leaving because I feel unsure or I'm out of self-preservation. Do you know what I mean? This could be an attachment to money. This could be greed. This is some sort of unhealthy attachment or toxicity that somebody feels like that's why they leave. However, if it's not the attachment to the greed or to the material possessions, it's almost like you're like, what's the problem? I don't understand the problem. And I don't want to say that they're being dramatic, but there's something that's really bothering them. And yet there's this solid, stable, long-term committed relationship here that is kind of in jeopardy because of either an unhealthy attachment, someone views it as that, and someone's wanting to leave because of that. Maybe this is you wanting to kind of walk away to get your head, just to think about things. I don't know. This is confusing to me because I get this. This is greed. I get it. And here's somebody walking away. Is it that you want someone to leave, or you're wanting to take a time out and you want to be able to just think about things? You're not sure what to do. Maybe you're wondering if this is all it's going to be. That basically this is not enough. You want the passion. You want the connectedness. This is fine, but maybe this is you saying, we're not connecting, and I have to have both. Like, I have to have that commitment and that emotional connection. I don't just want this. I don't want to be confused and feeling like I don't know what's what, or like we don't have any trust. Because only having this right here is really boring. Just having the luxury, just having the financial stability or the material gain and whatnot, it's not enough. It's not enough. This is void. This is like the opposite of this in this sense, right? So you're like, you know what? If we can't have both, then I'm willing to walk. Because while this might be stable for financial, it's not enough of what I need emotionally. Could be that. And yet something happens between here and here that you two get back together, start talking again, and you're able to work things out and get on the same page. And there's a reunion. This is getting back together. This is you two starting to talk again. The beginning stage, the flirting, the beginning stages. I mean, it could just be a physical relationship, but this is like, we got it here and here. Somebody really wants, I think it's you really want this to work out. You do want either the other person to come around, or you're like, look, I want this. I don't want it to be all about the money. I want there to be an equal give and take, back and forth, emotional support, connectedness, that sort of thing. So it's funny because this is kind of messy, and then all of a sudden we get to hear where it's like, yeah, something happens to where and it probably is whoever offered something, whoever reached out and put this offer on the table, it's going to work out. This is your reading, right? But either you or somebody did this and it's actually going to happen, which we don't see often, do we? Okay, for Leo. Oh, grief, sadness, and resurrection. I think we're talking about all of it, actually. This is because we got the Eight of Cups twice, the walking away, and then we've got this sort of tentative new beginning, and we've got the offer put out, but things end up working out. Because this is two opposing forces being brought together for forward movement, for success, for victory. So it looks like right now, Leo, you might be in the grief and the sadness phase. Either someone walked away or you walked away painfully so. You didn't want to, but this is out of self-preservation and needing to sort through the confusion. We got two cards of confusion here. All right, what else for Leo? All right, so the parts are greater than the whole here. No, I got that wrong. The sum is greater than the parts. This also would suggest that somebody was controlling. So there might have been an issue of control as to why someone decided to leave. Because while you might have been good together, this is, basically being very successful together as a couple, it might have started you might have started to feel controlled, or the other person might have started to feel controlled. So there has to be that balance right here. We've got the Six of Coins. There has to be that balance where there is a give and take, and someone's not calling the shots and someone's just doing, and we don't start acting out and getting unhealthy attachments or habits just because that's all that there is in the relationship. Because if not for this, then I would feel really empty because I feel controlled, or I feel like I always have to be the one to call the shots, that sort of thing. So this is this right here. This is about getting back to the stage where you two are each other's muses, or you inspire each other, or this right here, this kind of new beginning where it's I don't want to say innocent, but in a way kind of innocent, to where you two kind of are enchanted with each other again, and there's interest, and there's wanting to go this way or do this with that person. There's that passionate interest. It could also be about doing the right thing about the kids, but it looks like even if that's the case, it looks like that's going to work out too. So if there's kids involved, it looks like they are in fact a major consideration for working things out and taking it back down, getting back down to basics. We got the pages here to where we remember why we got together in the first place. You know what I mean? That interest in each other, that passion, that love. Remember when we used to like to do this together? Maybe this is you two finding what you have in common and getting back to those common interests, those common hobbies that you had. All right. Oh, good Lord. 21 minutes. Okay. All right. Leo. Yeah, cards everywhere. Leo. Quiet time. Take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Okay. All right, Leo. I think that you're the one that walked away. I mean, it is your reading, right? Not Sagittarius. I think that you're really wanting some time to kind of go through the grieving process, and you're sad but yeah, I think you're the one that walked away. But this is you kind of working things out, going through the motions, and it's going to come back around again. But right now it's like you're needing to sort things out, especially this right here. It looks like control was an issue in the relationship. Somebody felt controlled. Somebody felt like somebody had checked out emotionally. A lot of confusion. Kind of like the only thing keeping you together was the longevity or stability or just the financial side of it. But this is you taking some time to sort things out. Okay. And you're not wanting to have to make any decisions right now. You just want to deal with how you feel, or just to figure out what's what. Okay, all right. It's going to work out, though. Thank you for watching this again. I'm sorry again about messing up the last one. I do appreciate you stopping by, and I hope this was helpful. It's kind of layered, because it's like, okay, how do we get from all this to here, it working out? Basically, there's renewed interest and passion, and things work out. How does that happen? But it looks like you're in the process of figuring that out here, because we got, you're dealing with it. So, okay, I hope this was helpful, and I wish you luck, Leo, and thank you again for stopping by. Take care.